prices for guns and ammo are at the best level that I've seen them since like before COVID. This video, by no means, a little disclaimer here, is me telling you to go spend money that you can't afford to spend on new guns. Do stock up on your ammo though. My point though is that we are in a very good place as far as our buying power when it comes to firearms and ammunition. Probably the best place we've been in at least 5 years, I'd say. Every time I'm looking online, every time I'm at my local gun store, that's Guffey's Gun and Pawn, I see good deals on stuff, and it makes me want to keep buying stuff. I ordered ammo like 3 different times over the last 2 days just because I saw like deals come up in my email that seemed almost too good to be true. Now, these deals are nowhere near what ammo prices were 10 years ago. Well, we're never going to get back to that, but it's a lot better than it's been in the last few years. Now, there are many reasons for this. The biggest one, though, is that we have a Republican president right now. And we also have Republican control of the House and the Senate, and even the Supreme Court. And so people are not panic buying nearly as much. Now, what this does is it does hurt the firearms industry. Because whenever there's a Democrat in office, Joe Biden, or whenever it looks like a Democrat might end up in office, like, before this last election, I mean, I didn't think it looked like she might be in office, but many people did. Well, people go out and buy all the guns and ammo that they can because they think that they might not be able to again. Because, as we know, the Democrats like to trample all over our gun rights. Not saying that the Republicans are amazing when it comes to our gun rights. They have definitely not helped us out a couple times lately where they definitely should have. But this isn't a political video. My point, though, is that the gun industry goes into a lull when we have a Republican president. And we are in a lull right now. And so the laws of supply and demand come into effect. And when there is more supply than there is demand, well, prices go down. And those prices have been steadily going down lately. I don't know if you guys have looked at ammo prices lately, but you can buy like a box of 50 rounds of 9mm for $10. You can buy a box of 20 rounds of 5.56 for $8, $9 sometimes. It hasn't been like that in quite a while. Even Subsonic 300 Blackout, I just ordered some the other day because it was a great deal. I can't remember exactly what the dollar amount was. But my point is, though, is that this stuff is cheaper than it's been in a long time. So, while I said at the very beginning of the video, disclaimer of don't spend money you don't have, if you're like me and you like to spend money on firearms and ammunition, this is a good time to do so. And, probably will last for the next 3 years as well. It might even go down even more, but there are a lot of deals to be had out there. Specifically, I keep seeing great deals on ammo, but also great deals on firearms. There are a lot of good options right now in the budget category. Now, when I say budget category, I don't mean like cheap, shitty firearms. But I do mean that there are a lot of affordable, really cool firearms right now. Like this right here, this Mac 5K. It's a Turkish MP5K clone. There are a lot of Turkish MP5K clones. But this one comes in at less than $1,000. Not the way that you have it, that I've got it configured here, SBR'd and suppressed with an Aimpoint on it, but the basic gun. You've not been able to get an MP5 clone for less than $1,000 ever that I can remember. Even, things like 2011s. So, yeah, you're still going to pay out the nose for, an Atlas or something like that. But there are a lot of affordable options on the market now. Technically, both of these are affordable 2011s. The Prodigy was like $1,300. Those have even come down now. So when I bought mine is when they first came out. Now, for the same price, you get one with like 5 20-round mags and an optic. It's crazy. And, this one right here, the EAA Match X 2311, it's a Staccato XC clone. That's less than $1,000. The prices right now are insane, and if you have the money to spend, take advantage of it. This video is sponsored by Venice AI. If you're not on the AI train yet, you are missing out. And you know what? I was one of those people missing out for a very long time. I'm always kind of a late adapter to these things, but AI is honestly amazing. The stuff that you can do with it is absolutely incredible. It's a very powerful tool for just about anything in your life. I keep finding more and more amazing things you can do with it. The thing is, though, is that things like ChatGPT and stuff like that, they're actually stealing your information and they're selling it. The former director of the NSA is on the board of ChatGPT. That's not a good thing. You know, Google and stuff like that, you know, Facebook, whatever, they listen to you and they advertise to you based on what you say. Well, what else are these things doing with your information? They're selling it to third parties, including governments. You don't, especially if you're a 2A person, you don't really want the government listening in on your conversation. So that's where Venice AI comes in. They're a full AI platform, but they are private and permissionless, meaning that they don't sell any of your information to anybody else. It's totally private. You get all of the benefits of AI without those downsides. So you might as well try it out. Now, if you use my link, that's venice.ai/sawtooth-tactical, you can get 20% off on your pro plan. The pro plan is the way to go. There's just a ton more that you can do with it. You can use all the tools that AI has to offer. And I mean, by now, AI can do so much for your productivity, for your organization, your creativity. Just check it out. It's amazing what you can do. Again, 20% off with code SawtoothTactical at venice.ai/sawtooth-tactical. Another good thing is parts, AR parts. So I am building a new 11.5 inch right now. I've started the build series, still waiting on the receivers to come in. And so once those do, we're gonna start putting all these parts together. But when I started the build series, I said that I was gonna, take as long as it needed to take to acquire the parts, because the whole point of that build series is budget premium, like build a really nice rifle, but get all, blam, open box, parts on sale, stuff like that, and see how affordably we could build a really nice rifle. Well, I just keep seeing deals, and it's hard to not just keep buying stuff, to be quite honest. I bought an EOTech the other day, an EXPS 3-0. So this is EXPS 2-0 right here. The 3-0 is like the same thing, but also night vision capable, which is necessary now for me. Those usually go for like $780, $599 on PSA. I didn't really want to spend $600 on an EOTech that day, but I'm building the rifle anyway. That's the optic I already knew that I was gonna get for that build. And so I couldn't not buy it at that price. And then the very next day, of course, I saw a tan G33 magnifier at a ridiculous price on PSA. Now, I did just do a short last week about how if you've got your EOTech magnifier on a Unity flip to center mount and you use the Unity risers like I do, well, then it can save you money because you really only need to have one magnifier that you can QD off and move from rifle to rifle. A lot of people agreed with me on that. A lot of people thought that that was a stupid take, but it makes sense to me. I do it. I've used that magnifier on a couple rifles and probably going to use it on this 11.5 inch build. But when I saw a tan G33 magnifier for a great deal, I almost jumped on that too. I'm not going to be irresponsible though. I am not a rich man by any means. I've got a lot of guns, but it's because that's what I spend my money on. You know what I mean? And I work very hard for it. I have a full-time job where I'm a manager and I make salary. And then I do this YouTube channel. And then I've got a side business where I do handyman jobs on the weekends. That's the only reason I can afford any of this stuff, is because I work way more than 40 hours a week. But the point is, though, is that, I don't just have ridiculous amounts of money to spend anytime. And that's almost the most frustrating part about, seeing all the good deals that are out there right now is that I want to snatch up a lot of stuff, and I got to remember to be responsible, because while I am a firearms enthusiast and I have this YouTube channel, I also have a family that I need to support. I have a daughter, and I'm taking her to Hawaii in November. So life is good. Life is really good. And if you are a gun owner, if you're into buying guns, right now is a great time to be doing it. If there's something that you've been waiting on, take a look around the internet. You might find a great deal on it. If you don't have enough ammo, right now is a fantastic time to buy ammo. Every once in a while I see something that's, like, oh, ammo prices might be coming up soon. And I guess at any time that is a possibility. And so as the prices go down, I keep buying more ammo. It's like the stock market. You want to buy when it's low and not really sell when it's high, but you know what I mean? Hold on to your stock and shoot. And if you buy it when it's cheap, then, it doesn't hurt as much to shoot it. I shoot a lot. I shoot all the time. Every weekend. Yesterday was a Wednesday. I'm filming this on a Thursday, and I was up with my training group shooting. So multiple times a week, I go through at least 100 or a few hundred rounds of ammo. And so, in order to do that, I have to constantly buy ammo, because I want to have it for a just in case kind of situation. But you also need to train and practice and be good with these things. And the only way you can really do that, dry fire is a great way. There's things like Mantis, there's stuff like that. But nothing is really a substitute for real live fire training and practice. And so you need ammo in order to do that. 2 weekends ago, I was in the biggest city around where I live. I live in rural Idaho. And there's a Sportsman's there. And while my local gun store has pretty decent prices on ammo for being a local mom and pop shop in a small town, it actually has much better prices than I see in most small towns. Still, when I was in the actual city, quote city, because it's not like a big city, they have a Sportsman's, and the prices on ammo, like if I had the money to spend, if I wasn't already spending a ton of money that day at Costco to stock up our house with food and supplies, I would have spent $1,000 on ammo, because the prices were better than I've seen in so long. So that's the entire point of this video, is that if you are waiting to buy a firearm, right now is probably a great time to do it. If you need ammo, it is a great time to get ammo. Prices are better than I've seen in years. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and let me know down in the comments if you're seeing the same thing I am, because right now it is a good time to buy. From Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.